Hello and welcome to my channel, Grey Owl Mindset Mentor. This is the channel which is solely dedicated to newbie entrepreneurs. My name is Ian Michael Pankhurst and I'm going to be your host for this video. Today's video is going to be giving you a comprehensive breakdown of the business model called Shopify Dropshipping. Now, this video is for absolute beginners, and by the end of this video, you should have enough information to start doing this right away. Now, Shopify Dropshipping is a business model that has been sweeping the internet now for the last few years, and it's incredibly popular with people due to its low risk, low startup cost, and as an online business model. The business model's name, Shopify Dropshipping, comprises of two separate words, Shopify and drop shipping. These two terms are actually two different things, so I'll briefly explain what the two terms mean. Shopify, in fact, is an online platform that allows you to start your own online store with no technical experience, and it offers a 14-day free trial with no strings attached, absolutely 100% free. So there's literally zero risk from that point of view. Now, we then turn to drop shipping. Now, drop shipping is a method of selling where you buy individual products for your customers at near wholesale prices from China. But you only buy it after the customer has purchased from your website. And what you do is you enter your customer's address and checkout, not yours. So basically, this means you don't have to hold any stock, and I'll explain more about that later. So let me give you a really basic example of how this whole thing will work. Let us say, for example, we decide to sell this magnifying glass online. Okay? Very simple object. A magnifying glass. What we would do, first of all, is to go to Shopify.com and we put together a really basic website. Now remember, Shopify offers a free trial, and there's a link below that you can click on that will take you to Shopify now, and you can, and I suggest you do this actually, you can follow along each step by step with me. Now, one of the first things I should mention here, that it will cost you money in buying your domain name online. Now, this doesn't have to be exorbitant. This can cost as little as $1, literally. You can buy your domain from Shopify if you wish. A lot of beginners, however, would think of buying a domain name, for example, like magnifyingmasters.com, or something with the term magnifying glass in the domain name. But my advice to you is actually to pick a very generic name, like, for example, gadgetmasters.com or superdealonline.com. The main reason I recommend this route to you is, let's say that after a month or two, it really isn't selling as well as you would hope, or you're not making much money on it. You can simply change your product. And remember, you've already paid for your website, so you don't really want to change that. So if, for example, you had a domain name like magnifyingmaster.com, you're stuck to it in one niche. Whereas if you pick a broad, general domain name, you could simply choose a new, completely different product to dropship. So let's say, for example, we buy the domain name www.brilliantthings.com. This step of setting up the Shopify is one that quite a number of people get caught on. But my advice to you quite simply is this: stick to the absolute bare minimum of a website. Put it together and then come back to the design and layout a little later. But please don't get bogged down with it. Further down the road, you can hire a Shopify site designer for a relatively cheap amount. Now, once we have a really bare bones Shopify store built, we need to put a product on it to sell. And this is where we head over to the next site. This site is called AliExpress. Now, this is a Chinese website that sells extremely high quality but low cost products. So you go to AliExpress, and at the top of this page in the search bar type in magnifying glass. This is the example we're using, and you will see after we scroll down I have found a magnifying glass just like the one I want to sell, and it's for sale. That means I can buy it for just $2.03. Well, you've got to admit that's some sort of bargain, isn't it? If you now click on the shipping option, which is titled e-packet, you can see that we can ship one to the USA for $1.78, and it would take about 10 to 20 days for it to arrive at the customer's house, which is pretty good. So the whole thing, absolutely the whole thing, all cost, it's gonna cost under $6. And I know that we can sell this online for at least $19.95, and as the maths will tell you, it does make a nice decent profit for ourselves. So now that we have sourced our magnifying glass and we're going to sell it, now we need to put the product on our Shopify store. So we head back over to our Shopify dashboard and click on apps, and we add a free app called Overlow. Now, this is an absolutely amazing piece of software that makes importing all the product images, product descriptions, and price so easy. So once you've installed Overlow on your Shopify site, you'll also add the Chrome extension. Now, this may sound complicated, but trust me, it really is surprisingly easy, and it literally only takes a minute or two. The Chrome extension means that you can go back to the AliExpress page we found, where we found the magnifying glass, and you'll see this blue circle, which I'm showing you on the screen now. You'll see this blue circle with the Overlow icon in the center. So with just one click of this blue button, Overlow will automatically import all the pictures and text and everything you need to your Shopify store, and that's it. It's amazing. It really is amazing how easy it is. So once again, we're going to head back to your Shopify store, and in the Overlow app, and on the left-hand side of the screen, you'll see Import List. Click on this, and you should see your magnifying glass is ready for you to review all the details before it actually goes on your Shopify site. So for this listing, I would give it a new name, something like the Elite Model Magnifying Glass. And also, this is where we obviously mark up the price. And let's say that we go for a realistic figure of $19.95. You can play around with this price, obviously see if a little bit more or a little less works. but that's what we're going to go with at this moment in time. Now we click import, and the product will be there on your Shopify store. You'll next need to set up all the payment side of things in the Shopify setting area. Now, this is a very important phase, obviously, but it really is quite straightforward. But it's going to be different depending on where you live and what country you're planning to sell to. So once your shop has a domain name and a product to sell, you would be ready to drive traffic to your Shopify store. Now, as with any business, there are obviously countless ways you can get people to go to your site. But the method that most people are doing, very, very successful, is very simply Facebook ads. Facebook ads are very, very popular with Shopify dropshippers. Because you see, Facebook offers extremely effective targeting. What do I mean by targeting? Well, what I mean by targeting, it lets you run an ad on Facebook for our magnifying glass, and we can actually target a certain age, gender, and even hobby interests. So for example, we could put an ad up which will only show our ad to, let us say, male, age between, let's say, 40 to 70, with a hobby of stamp collecting. And this level of precise targeting is amazing. I mean, literally, it was impossible back in the days of print or mailboard advertising. This is, without a shadow of a doubt, the modern way to do your advertising. Don't forget, your first Facebook ad can be very, very simple to start. It should consist usually just simply an image of your product and then some very simple text written above it. Again, using our magnifying glass example, I'd make my ad say something along the lines of, "Ensure you see every tiny detail on your stamps. Click on the link to get your high quality magnifying glass today." Simple. So let's say you run that ad on Facebook and somebody in Texas clicks on it. They will be taken to your Shopify store. They will simply click on Buy Now. They will enter their credit card details and the money goes into your account. You will then get an email notifying that someone purchased your magnifying glass. Good news. So you log on to your Shopify store and into the Oberlaw app, and it will bring you through the steps of fulfilling the order from AliExpress, where you will then purchase the magnifying glass and enter the man from Texas address. And there you go. That's the process. So that is really the basics of Shopify dropshipping. And you can probably see by now why it's such an appealing business model, and one that literally you can start almost straight away with very low startup costs. And in my opinion, it's an absolute brilliant way to test different products without the necessity of buying a shipping container full of 900 magnifying glasses. This has been an extremely brief explanation of this video, and I've made it deliberately brief because I wanted to get the main parts, the absolutely essential, what I call nuts and bolts. But if you have any questions at all about any of the steps I've mentioned, please leave a comment below and I will personally come back to you and address those queries and problems that you may have. So let me just start to wind down a little on this. If Shopify Dropshipping is a business that you would be interested in trying, we've put a link in the description below which will automatically take you to a 14-day absolutely free trial. And I stress the absolute. There's no strings attached, there's no ifs and buts. You either like it or you don't. I hope you found this video useful. To some of you it may be a little bit of a refresher. For some of you it may be completely new. Whatever the circumstance you're in now, I would seriously suggest that you go for it. Well, one of the things that we tend to do is to get enthusiastic about a thing, and we use a terrible word, but it's one we use. That's called procrastination. And if you procrastinate long enough about it, the end result could mean inaction. And this system I know works, but it will only work if you take action. So that, my friends, is down to you. That's all I'm going to say. I'd like you to subscribe to this video, however, because it does help me to keep this video going. And clicking the bell symbol which you see below is going to be very useful for you if you want to watch more videos of this kind, and I am going to be doing on a regular basis. So finally, once again, thank you for staying with me, thank you for watching. Click the button below, ring the bell, and I wish you every ounce of success. Thank you and goodbye for now.